Mama, 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 wherever you dey, mama, make you pray for me, because we don't tire, we don't tire for this oppression. That's why we dey ask for solution. Police taking the also, government step on the also. Now waiting we go do, now we dey do. Cause we will not stand up, nothing for tomorrow. Waiting we go tell our people, say we no fight for our rights. Mama, 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 mama. Good morning, fellow Sierra Leoneans. It depends to the part of the world we dey. As today, na the 14th August 2022. Today, na the 14th day inside August 2022. This na Comrade Koita. They can respond to allegations and where the president, any reckless statements where the president make, where they address the nation on the national TV and radio stations, calling the APC and Northerners as terrorists. And as we all can recall, not the first time this was the president of the republic, they call we, the APC members them and Northerners them as terrorists. But I for remind them today, that you leak in vomit, and so many things them. And I will also highlight the reckless statements where the government and the information minister they make, both na local radio and it's not a radio station them. They accuse, they call people them like we city mayor, the former flag bearer aspirants, the former president, the APC people them, saying that they sponsor the protest of PPP. Like the APC go hide behind their finger. When the APC have to call protest, sooner rather than later, you go see them. You go hear in radio stations. You go hear when the media pull for APC. We go talk and call people them out. We go for police. We go ask the police and say for community security and so many other things them. And I will continue for exposing their blind and tell now why this government and President Bio, then they accuse the APC. All start by Sylvia Biden in reckless and a useless tweet we do. But you know, today I want come for celebrate somebody we a very special people we know they stand behind we, especially like me, from back home, the term them of struggle, to also this today. And this person, not to no less a person than Mrs. SK, today my birthday. I will make each and every Sierra Leone way they listen to me when I'm followers them, for make them join me and wish this woman a happy birthday as today, August 14th. Now in your birthday, and Mrs. SK, we commonly call FSK. Today my birthday. I want this opportunity for wish you a happy birthday. I like God make you continue for celebrating many years in long life, happiness, good health, and like God make you succeed for achieve whatever when a good thing they plan for yourself. Mrs. SK, commonly called FSK, today now your birthday and happy birthday. I hope you enjoy them very well with me, brother. And I will equally come, for make or continue, for extend me, Comrade Koita, on behalf of the platform, when the Victim Advocacy Network, continue for sympathize with the bereaved families, both the serving of police officers who die and the civilians and we then kill that day. They continue for say us to the family members them that death is inevitable. Nobody no go online family die the way how they all die. Like that what we did and begin that with them fire. That one where they go, that police officer where's the way go cause the riots for escalate, where you find a party we make civilians become anger. The police officers where they kill, nobody no one see that day to family. Will they continue for pray? Like God, sorry for them. They all die for the right cause. Then they die in the line of duty. Then they die in defending democracy. Because when somebody come out for protest and democracy, they defend. So we'll continue for sympathize with the family them. Let them all take out. Now, so in any conflict, you expect people them innocent people must die. That's so it can happen. Who die not eat or drink, it can die. But I know see me start my topic by saying this country called Sierra Leone. This country called Sierra Leone, big pass all. This country called Sierra Leone. This country called Sierra Leone, big pass any political party or any individual. Meaning, whatever tool they do, if not good, we go enjoy them. We picking them, we grand picking them, and we just get on board. If not bad, we go affect we picking them, we grand picking them, and we just get on board. Now I can always tell people and say, make we do good. Make we always do good, because at the end of the day, that good will do, you no more get for save we. You know, when we talk, say, the use of unnecessary force, where they know the proportionality, where you look the rules of engagement, they tell about proportionality. Like me get stone, you get weapon. I need a stone you, they take gun if me. And we don't see time and again where the government of Sierra Leone, they use the police, they give them, unlawful orders, because one, they don't be tribalized. Where they pull IG in demand, they count IG in demand. Where they pull DIG in demand, they count DIG in demand. Where they anything, one tribe, one thinking, one tribe, one thinking. They all feel say, this now time, this time in demand government, that's how it happened. Me, Comrade Koita, I'll keep call out these things until we stop to have government, then we need to call by tribe, by region, by, by name. We get for continue for call them out. I don't turn the example say racism become minimized at this part of the world. When they begin point and say you are racist. Now for them minimize them at this part of the world. It be open. Somebody be afraid for point and it be so blatant. But when people begin point and say you are racist, even if you look me, even by something, this are racist behavior, and they're afraid. Now nobody will let them call a racist at this part of the world now. It do, but now in the balance I'm going to call this, I'm not a racist person, because they know and that them on top there. So that's what for call the tribalism as alone. Point and them. Who the point up at each and every government you come, any party you come, if you want to be tribalized, the point up at them. If APC can, they want to make another party, will tell them say, no, this is not a party. This, as you don't can the governance, you the president, you the president of Sierra Leone. I would remind President Bill of a reckless statement we not do. But for when I say proportionality, that's where people know, but the rest understand exactly when and how the use of unnecessary firearms by civilian then can lead to escalation of so many things. It don't happen in UK now. We then kill police officers. Poil thing then. We them kill one black boy many years ago. We then kill one black boy. They don't make a habit for just kill. It don't happen in America. We George Floyd. We all know when they say Black Lives Matter, because it can to a point where the police feel saying now for kill no more. What's what happen in America? We George Floyd, where them kill, we police then kill. What's what happen? And inside and they continue to happen when I expect right to happen. Day we don't see in this 4 years, we don't see the police them every little thing. People then laugh self to them in the fire. Even they tell them, hey, una kushe na fire. Whatever happened, na firearms, like they don't get tear gas again, they don't get water cannon, and get so many ways for the escalate tension. When we see the military car inside, when they serve as a buffer, we all see the repercussion. We President Buchan, how you do. But tomorrow will be the topic, and I will analyze the reshufflement of the military and why they do them. Tomorrow will be that topic, and a very proper analysis for me as an expert. We all see, but for long and not to say, I mean, no more can talk. I'm gonna listen to the British High Commissioner, what he talk, what I emphasize. Two key things I can talk about: the continuous accusation from the government to the opposition, calling them names, including in this protest, and for the police, they know the proportionate. He say yes, the violence, he condemned the violence, but instead he's so concerned about the way they know they be proportionate in how they calm down. Let me talk about when I listen. We'll continue analysis from there.
The British High Commissioner, Lisa Chesney, expressed condolences to families of the security personnel and innocent civilians who lost their lives during the unrest. She cited that the economic hardship is a global problem affecting the UK also. But she believes, even in difficult times, people have the right to street protest, but peacefully, she emphasized. However, the British High Commissioner had concern over accusation of the main opposition APC.
There is no room for violence to bring about change, and that is absolutely clear. And I think the second comment, enforcement is absolutely key, of course, when violence takes place. We would urge that is carried out responsibly, calmly and proportionately. And I do want to raise a concern, and I'd be very interested to get a comment on this. I was concerned to hear already on social media channels and radio talk of accusations against opposition figures before arrests or the normal legal process has happened, and I am concerned that will inflame things. So I welcome.
Unayari, you see the violence, not to them will encourage protests, but even in crisis, people get the right to protest peacefully. And he also raised concern. He said enforcement, yes, is very clear, but one, responsibly, calmly, and with proportion, for be proportionate. He said responsibly, calmly, and for be proportionate. I don't make a time and again. When you look the escalation of force, when they come for the escalation tension, the first thing they talk about, they say engagement. They go na come, una engage the people them, una tell them exactly waiting, na the do's and then don'ts. Without even una not get any arguments. The one example, yesterday when they say they go to that fake, they say the assurance parade, that fake one, because that rubbish, when they don't kill so many people secretly in silence, they don't arrest so many people and they host them, put them per riot, they don't arrest them, do the riot too. After riot, they say coffee that they go arrest people and homes them. Now the east part of the eastern part of Freetown and central part of Freetown and in north and northwest part of Sierra Leone. After the protest, then they arrest people them. We don't know, they don't arrest them during the protest too. They arrest them in the name like Sinapa protest. Torture them enough. I will play a video of somebody where they hold Nabo. If I not begin touch of people in Nabo and Kenema, then the whole like Sina na Makini and come out. When I imagine, I can play that person in the video. He say what he want. He say responsibly. 2, calmly, and 3, it will be proportionate. Meaning, even, okay, if I don't go responsibly, calmly, maybe unable, but if I be proportionate, what it means if for proportionate, if the people become still aggressive, when I use tear gas, as much as I can, when I use what I can. Firearms will be the last resort, the last one. Meaning, sometimes they can do destruction because the paragraph literally say when someone is committing a crime or about to commit a crime and act likely to endanger human life. When someone is committing a crime or about to commit a crime and act likely to endanger human life. You know, I read the information minister, they talk na VOA, say protesters then get automatic rifles, then get cutlass them, then get axe them, then they go and fire people them. I see the police pull a press release. They say then kill the police officers and by fire, they use firearms for killing the police officers them. When I see how reckless these people are, this government and the minister. Imagine, Minister of Information, they talk, who say international media then did, then cover the thing. Al Jazeera did it. Then cover them from beginning to the ending, then go to protesters them, then raise them concern. He say they use firearms. Able. This kind of person. No matter they keep na ministry because in a useless and reckless president, you always continue to keep useless and reckless people in government. You know, for like a whole information minister, they go talk na VOA, say the protesters them, then get automatic rifles when they use for fire. They are not protesters because they want to see terror. They're not even not terrorists. Do you know what is terrorist? You know that terrorist act? You know that terrorist act? You know they're not even noting that terrorists. They talk in insurrection. In the history of Salon, never against insurrection, no longer coup d'etat, never against insurrection. You know that insurrection not happen in America. Where the protesters they march, then go disrupt parliament sitting, then enter inside and they point them. Would that happen in Salon? The answer is very big no. They will not even get a chance for even pass a PZ. No. Not the insurrection. They go to the State House. No. You know, they're not even noting the talk. Do you know what is insurrection? Now they not hold the president because you know when it's so stupid, then get this angry big fool idiot way then get the way he big like that dog na beach. He was also like na gorilla Columbia. He and Babu the only different now we in the Motorman, David Francis. Now the only difference between he and Babu now we in the Motorman. And you know get no human thinking. Then get that fake man we call himself professor. They let them big jargon the way in a school like you go in education for let them big jargon there. Now go talk there. Now insurrection. When I see the other man, they recklessly address the international partners there. He just embarrassed alone. Maui say in a peace and conflict study, foreign minister. When I say address them, they already don't know the man in angular level. So if you physically talk to people and I make the British High Commissioner make it very clear. I say very very worrisome. For like you see. Then they point fingers in the opposition, accusing them in the protest where he called by the people of Sierra Leone say PPP. Now APC then PPP, or when I say APC and a small party with the white band and finger. You know. Before me go further, let me just remind President Bill of a reckless statement they make long ago, not today. Long ago, where they say election term, if they make it will be dire consequences them. Nobody they no arrest them. He say no afraid for calling people them out. Then E1 can now for can't people them. When I listen. Before I can up and when I listen to your statement first, because today when they make this man, he go leak in vomit. We been on the talk thing there. Before this time, if you say Now like force and the 60s, where they call even the 1900 them people in statement and the day that of Hitler, they say get a statement. Talk less that this that show me that edge. We did that television, would they video you? You would talk so would they video you, would they record you? When I listen to a statement when we interview and attend it.
What will be the consequences for the country if that will happen, if the elections will be really postponed?
Very dire consequences, as you know. We are all set. We've been preparing for this for the past 5 years, and everything is set. We have international observers here. Quite a lot of money has been spent for this particular occasion, and we see no reason why it should be postponed. The only reason that is there is because the president wants to postpone. But we have the constitution, and there is no reason why it should not be held on the 27th. I will not hesitate to call the people of this country to come out and defend peace, security, and the democracy we have fought for. I didn't fight for democracy alone. This whole nation fought for it. And I think we should rise up to make sure that democracy is maintained.
Thank you. When I read his statement, he said no go hesitate for calling people them out, for letting them come fight for this democracy and not to fight. In not fight for democracy, in that jeopardize democracy. You know, they will be the first because when sell the revolution, you run away can now, which man country, you spoil the money, we don't thief, you don't spoil the money. So you know, be this fight for democracy. You know, can't undermine democracy, overthrow a government who been the try for make election in 1992. So not even talk to fight for democracy. That's why they not ever of that statement against them. So you fight for democracy. The father of democracy in Salone, now late president of blessed memory, because I changed the 1965 constitution to 1991, we allow it for run into multi-party election. We make to the people then come, they all come from PPP, without them for all kind of party come. The UPP, then come, the PDP, Sobe, all man come. We forget the first democratic election in Sierra Leone in 1992 when the MPRC interrupted. So the father of democracy in Salone, now more because now in change the constitution, we allow you get elections before, but now parliamentary elections all been get. And the last parliamentary elections happened in 1986. The last election happened in 1986. The last parliamentary election happened in 1986. You know, say election not been in a saloon. It been day, but a parliamentary election been get. But follow get democratic election, follow the in a multi-party because elections, the democratic election, and they carry to multi-party election. We are in political party then. They can register for run for presidency. Now, Momo, now bring Dandy. So when I read his statement, he was never been arrested. Let me tell you, until the president they go and make rubbish, say, then people are going to talk, say, the APC not give a chance. The kind of rudeness when you make during the time, I always talk and say, I blame the then internal affairs minister, I blame the then defense minister, I blame the then IG, when they all look at that way been do that attempted coup d'etat and Escobar got to the left you. And I will equally blame I blame the security personnel who did it because I talk and tell again, if me that be President my bodyguard that day, like this topic no this safe. Like for to make you go block President Nkrumah, you know this safe now like you know the like history now we talk now because it only for don't be end of your time. And we go take amen and for go block the convoy. But the then president, he was so, you know, the man was very calm. If you know want to create any tension, then he's not talking nothing because he rely on the security personnel and the adversary in Gab. Now he take the ONS, the CISO, the internal affairs, you know, security sector. Then go advise them. They then get you advice, and the man always take advice. You know, jump. He left hand because if me now been bodyguard to President Nkrumah, like you, nothing of the past. You know, when the man they talk say, been 23, now for don't be the best thing for for make peace. Do ya? Una at the place today at the place people statement the way them don't condemn the 23. At the start out one journalist when I first when they call and read the way you go talk, una listen to him back and to Batista Michael. Una listen to him not talk first. Where he name that foolish man, where he say in that peace and conflict you do. Where he take the peace, he left at London, he can go the conflict as alone. So confusion, now in head. Tribalist, una listen to this guy we not talk about him.
I say, I would say it is very sad that he's naming people like the chief minister, somebody who did a GTT report that was maligned with tribal ranting, regional people's names and their tribe were put in that report. That was very pejorative, that particular report. And then you said you are peace expert. It is as a result of names and regions that people were killed in Rwanda. And as a peace expert, this man should know that in a public document, you don't begin to put people's names and their tribes and their regions. And this man told us that he was lecturing at Bradford University, Peace and Conflict. And this same man was captured in a video telling people that there will be an agriculture a project from government to plant trees And only SLP people will send this. We are coming to the party office to gather names of women that will be planting the tree. That is nepotism. It is nepotism at the highest level. And then you are saying this man is a peace expert. It is this man who at the Bintumani 3 said that the Bintumani 3 is not a Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Yes, it is not a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, but it's a Truth and Reconciliation Forum. You cannot talk peace without speaking the truth. That was why when Basita Michael spoke out, truthfully and honestly and sincerely, the likes of Chief Minister and his boys were all over the place condemning the woman. I know by the time I leave the studio, there will be Chief Minister and his boys, the boys of the government condemning me. I'm used to that. I'm thick-skinned. I was condemned by the last system.
You're a journalist.
Yes, I'm used to that. So it is terrible. So you cannot call this man a peace. He's a peace and conflict expert by name and by degree, and not by action. And the reason for education is for you to put it in action and change society. And he talked about the essence of the Bintumanity. Indeed, before the Bintumanity, I wrote an article that the Bintumanity is a facade.
A talk show.
I say that is going to be a lot of talk show because there are recommendations from the TRC, from the CRC, from the Transformation Conference, and it's by Kuma held. Those recommendations are on top of shelves, cobweb-infested shelves. They are in cupboards, rat-infested cupboards, and we are not dusting them out. We are not implementing them. We are not trying to come out with those things and put it into reality. What we are doing is to stage another conference. I happen to speak with one of the UNDP guys, and I told him that is humanity is waste of money. I told him rather they should invest in organization advocating for the implementation of the just concluded Constitutional Review Committee report. That report was done honestly by the late Justice Kawan. And that...
Fine. You see, I want to listen to certain things with these journalists talk about now. You see, I really would, like me, don't always point out the TRC report. See, if you then go according to, although it was doctored and still managed, but equally, even that, if you then pay attention to my TRC reports, we need to see a reckless and a useless police. We need to see a reckless and a useless judiciary. Because when you look at the TRC report, then say the main cause, there are different causes, but they say the main cause of the 1991 civil war, now the police and the judiciary. Now we don't see other state institutions like the ONS, the statistics, the NEC, the parliament, they all don't join that thing we get for court crisis alone because the parliament don't agree for put a new law of constituency bulldozing. Them don't put it now as law. Wait on the bulldoze we. Each and every member of parliament will participate for the stress saloon democracy. When all go be held accountable, irrespective of the political party. When I reach there, the Bin23 where the one campaign, where President Bay talks to the Bin23 for don't be, the Bin23 where they talk about, you don't call all the people certain, you don't put a report of GTT, you don't tribalize them, you don't call them IMP. In fact, in first state address, where you go work and about people then. Now for call say the APC former president now IMP, you don't molest them, you don't try, you sack pull them, you tell them say you call for Bin23. Like that be waste of money. Now just for go soon that show them bandu. We not be even hail. From that way then we form them. You see they go form then form a commission. Whose commission are form? From commission we go put chief minister. We don't accuse people, they don't tribalize, don't cause people them. You don't write a report for embarrass people them. You go to Nigeria. Man, who that go sit on day. Then if you be honest to the P23, when the main opposition parties only they participate, if you don't try for engage the force until they get them on board, you need to get any fruitful team. Let me tell you something. Just the way APC be in our governance. And then get all the small party then come together. If you just not participate in anything, you're not fruitful because now they have the main opposition party. Right now, whatever to now do, if the APC not participate, nothing because now we didn't expect for now we the whole world look because any country know the main opposition party. So you cannot do something say in 23, then you go recklessly because you not full man. You see, and for don't be high for be the way. We don't continue to tribalize. Now listen to Batista Michael because today we they undress them small loan and read first before we can have proper analysis.
We have added another problem, which is making things even worse, which is taking us backwards and not forward. And what is that? It is the seeming policy of division and exclusion, marginalization of a certain group. That is not good for business. The political instability and tension is not encouraging investment. Division on tribal lines does not consolidate peace. It perpetuates resentment. Now, yesterday in the opening statement of our leaders, we were inspired in so many ways that we saw that our leaders for the first time admitting to faults and willing to take responsibility. But we also see that there is a big gap between rhetoric and reality. We are preaching peace, yet we are undermining those institutions that foster peace. We can give countless examples, but I don't want to bore you right now with examples. Let me just mention a few. Cannot preach peace and you're sacking people who are guaranteed with security of tenure under the Constitution and the statute. You cannot preach peace and you impose a speaker on parliament against the majority party in parliament. We cannot preach peace when it seems like appointments are being done on tribal lines.
Fine. Now few way he measure and I just play. Where he say you know they preach peace, you dey undermine them state institution the way he dey foster peace. 1, na the police. 2, the judiciary. 3, the House of Parliament. 4, the statistics Sierra Leone, the PPRC, the NEC, the military. You know they preach peace where they tell police them. So if una go na north or na free to anybody demonstrate, una fire them, una kill them, una beat them, una torture them. You know they preach peace where they continuously use the judiciary for arrest people them and refuse them bail like Marima Masari. He has been refused bail for over 1 year now. When I imagine Salona, the only country where the judge they give bail, he certify the conditions, then deny him bail. Meanwhile, they talk so always give me an example of that same thing Marima they face so. When they call, they say, "No, not forget bail until God free you." You know they preach peace where they continuously they point finger on the opposition party. They arrest the members, them supporters, sympathizers. They detain them illegally. They detain them, unlawfully from police cells. Take them to Panama Road without being charged to court. Without court, not court for the fire. Anybody in a jail. Now we see so many brothers and sisters, even in this protest, don't can go Panama Road, not pass the court. Not to court send them day. Then just take them from different areas, them go keep them Panama Road. Now God know when they go begin. God know when they go begin go na court. Till them begin secure them bail. Then institution will be say guarantee and they make we get peace. Now enforce them don't can damage. You no go preach peace where you go impose Speaker of Parliament, he remove 10 elected members of Parliament, he impose 10 non-elected members of Parliament in Parliament because you won't get majority. By law, una look at Constitution, please, una go watch them. Then say for any side where MP die or MP the person abandon in seat for a period of 90 days. After that, we do now rerun. Then for any petition they make, if they petition any MP, if you see the thing non pass 90 days, you don't exceed more than 6 months, then you don't null and void. Then MP they na Parliament for over 1 year before they go remove them. Before they remove them, elected members of Parliament, when they remove them, I don't follow the constitution. If they remove themselves for going to rerun election, when they remove them, then go impose. But when they impose, I don't know if I pay that in. These are some of the rhetorics what they talk about. That's what the rhetorics what they talk about. When I see that in the day, between the three man capitalize on. Shame on them. You can able capitalize on anything now. This man we can sympathize today with policeman will they give them state funeral. The same man way government change in 2018 May 4 World See police brothers and sisters and military personnel them with civilian family na Kenny Abo na Kailan we then chase, beat, kill, damage. The video day. The video they will be say it is when they run after the West, they take him weapon like any man and they beat him. One pop up stick. Until they want to sympathize with them because the thing happened at the western area and the north. And not just happen by dream. It happened based on people in anger. They not how the police killing people and anything come off for protest. I mean, not talk and say you know go kill somebody in Pekin or somebody in Papa or somebody in brother or somebody in wife or somebody in sister. You feel say you for safe. We condemn every act of violence, but proportionality. Now enforce we talk about now. How una they kill? If you say then they go more than jubilate, then go kill people and then begin to say no, Salo lives matters. Each and every life we lost that day, it matters. Make say the police officers who died in the line of duty innocently, not to them in fire, but then died because of the way they company and go fight civil and then the anger of the problem. We sympathize with them. The innocent civilian they go kill just because they come up for protest, for protect democracy, for tell the presidency, this democratic principle, like for the boundary delimitation, the fake census, so they are imposed by people them, then kill them, then die for democracy. We sympathize with all of them. The one day we say, then do things by the way. If somebody do things by the way, then hold answer fully. Lord is taking cause. No one probably they can't defend somebody when you do reckless thing. No, if you come up for protest, you do something we know in the line of protest, you will be charged to court. And none of them they can defend you in the media. But if they come up for protest, they not be violent, and they come out, then they say one piece, mother must go. That means say, if they say mother must go, they don't go pull an weapon and take. Now by word. Mother must go now by word. Whose name they want to not call President Nkrumah? Then DJ Force, when they call when they call Gentle, all the reckless Alpha Sadu, all kind of call President Nkrumah. He can't salon no bono arrest and set. Whose name they want to call President Nkrumah? All kind of thing. If they pull a demonstration, say we want peace, mother must go. Yes, mother must go in 2023. They not say can't go 110. Nobody no hold gun, nobody no hold cutlass, and get placards them. The videos them they make tell God thank you. They not see anybody hold gun or stick. The videos them they only begin stone. No one begin tear gas pan. They want to stop them. Now they the stone begin. These are the naked truth. And we get for speak the truth. They only begin stone when they see that when I not begin use tear gas, they will not use life rounds, when I not begin kill. Each and every time when I go stop protest, when I go for kill people them. For kill the only means for stop protest. No, the irresponsible behavior, Randy. When I go engagement, when I stop them. The first one part escalation of force, say block access. Block access. When I stop them, engage them, talk to them, when I make fun to them, then go accept, then go listen. Okay, when I talk to we, who they go tell the government, when I snap, when I get engagement, peaceful engagement, you the de-escalate tension without not even argue. Peaceful engagement, when I get megaphone, okay, they are this when I not pass through because so reason, then when I come, when I send who they go talk to the government, they not agree now next time when I come protest, we talk to not for one. But when I come with that instruction, tribalizing institution them. When I come one time, our government one come pull, woo, go begin fire. Tear gas, fully remember tear gas, bam. The dandy don't fire, na potty don't kill 2 people them. Then you go there among who say over 1,000, 2,000 people and they go fire. If you say you will kill person in the left, you say them, no, not possible. It's not possible. So that killing, with that guy start na potty, now escalate the tension. And not happy, then say begin fire. Look that guy, we then kill Nigerian that is not sarful. It's not sarful. Look what I see some me na military man, professional military man. I see one guy with them showy, with them fire in foot. I know see why fire and snap it up on top of him. And so many look that they do in the show. Where they say Lima in name, Lima, and it's high. Hey, Allahu Akbar. That got to go long life, everybody. People and they will go for pay the price. Also, no more than family will pay the price. Lima and go. Now net go people them like the after they don't impose curfew. Julie Jalo now impose curfew for them kill people and so because they only see bodies and money after the curfew. Because we curfew not be there, they not for be increased for go host to host. We only see Boku bodies and money they go take the Hebrew street after the curfew. When I go make meeting, the entire security sector say, Lord make curfew, let them begin hold people them, can't touch them, kill people them. Now money we just see bodies and scatter all over the street. When I don't satisfy ourselves, now they go and work a reassurance. Now Chris. Who's reassurance? Now Chris. Let me tell you something. Protesting go left us alone because until now they accuse when the president said they were imposed for like the neck say they do delimitation. Now they can't encourage the APC. Let them know, say not to so afraid. We are going to call for protest. The APC party will call for protest. So when I continue this neck for saying they do delimitation. We APC they call for protest, and that's when I will say that APC now we they call for protest. We want to go and make presidency finance. Where the documents? We want to get where they go finance. Where the transaction? Where they do? Where the people them go keep it and say matter of fact, when I don't begin arrest people them before this time, Medicaid what you do? Now arrest them 2 days before the protest. When arrest them 2 days before the protest. For more arrest them for waiting. Who's can be commit? So how na the point finger about people who not begin arrest them already? So there's no way when this president go up in reckless mode. When you sit down there, you will what you will want nothing, and when no more. As God says, I think God will not vex us alone. Any way you go give you that ugly face with an ugly habit. The man not just ugly like face, he get ugly habit. He go give you this kind of family, evil people, you go gather them, so put them in governance. Anybody with decent, like Solomon Janiro, I don't say for second, so where they do government is awful. The man will be hearing Audio we talk. Very responsible Audio we make. See, left for tell president, use his military jacket. Very responsible guy. In them kind of people, he no go ever get them in governance. He no go ever get them. If he got own country, fine. You know called tribalism, you know called nepotism, you know called TNOBC, you know fight for country. How people will say on pull that money? The man not responsible for statement, he not responsible in action, he know they get responsible because look at you, na military man. Anybody who then dismiss the army, anybody who sees the man then dismiss somebody in the army, when I not doubt him, na post lieutenant, we then dismiss him, when I take him from me, na post we not qualify. You don't forget any super job. Let me just tell you, say the example for saying in the church of people, when I listen, this incident happened na McKinney. Then say this boy, then Holland, he run from McKinney to Bo. He not run McKinney, he can't tap Mabruka. He not come on McKinney, he go Kabbalah or he can't Poloko. Pandis curfew. Then say, now he come on McKinney, then go na Bo. When I listen, if you listen this point, he did not say, na Bo they hold now they fumble na the southeast not begin touch on. I God know almost they gonna kill no because that's why they hold them cut. When I see body na the video na the so when I see body, when I listen to how they ask and question them. If I be safe, I can answer. If I be safe, I can answer. They not even when I listen.
Arrested last night by the Hofstig.
Explain the facts.
Where the shirt? Where the shirt? Padima, what's your name? Now na killer policeman on McKinney, eh? So what how you manage kind of move? Talk quick. How you manage kind of move?
Unaeri, where people not even know how to do things. The hula. When I see this young boy, I think he's going to 16 or 17 years. By heart, this young. He go to 16 or 17 years. Then strip and naked the video. When I say no chap him. I don't family in the southeast. I don't take so. Don't family in the southeast. When I say chap this boy, why they looking for this so? Now tears they run my eyes. I say me I'm traumatized right now of the actions because I see they come out so come out back 24 years ago. This habit we then get the SLPP collaboration. Now so they be pulling for that and collaborations. Now they say incitement. This but how them go do something like McKinney? He run. He no go. We no see na Bo and Kenny man. Na the strong of SLPP. You no go. No say I go show face na Bo. When I listen to the statement them. When I see how they are now sincere. I just play this one. These are one pandit. And the thousands of videos that we get all in the touch of people when they kill people. Now I made that video. I tell you think they keep all because alone. Who want see that government where they can we go see need the prosecute people when they commit crime. Now you the for pan. You the brutally overthrow you. If you come and say you know the tribe people committing crime, then crimes against humanity, you will brutally pull in the power. I need the visa for 3 months. Because any government we can the first we want to do now for establish a proper commission where they go for look at victims, where they are terrorized, where they kill the family, where the police officer and the treat the guy and treat too. In the whole one, I don't chap and don't beat them. Can I police officer guys can say no like killer policeman and McKinney, no like killer and I no go answer in the hands of the enemies. I no go answer when I compel them for say things we enough for talk. This is just an example. President Bio, he is sorry for people where they rape Satel. I mean, up to date, you know, because statement from when they rape Satel. I mean, in 2018, born houses na Kaila, na Kenny, na Pujo, na Bo, some part of the southeast. Na Moyamba, born APC office them cut across the southeast. You be ever make a statement? You they sympathize with people where they kill na McKinney for generator, then kill na Tumbo, na Lushar, na Mile 91, na Tonko Limba, na Parima Road. You ever make statement? You make statement for called terrorists. Even inside jail, where the jail lock is in a terrorist there. Because this man, I think, you know, Salon, sorry. Where they take, people away, they're so reckless in their thinking. Now, they say terrorists. Anytime they kill people, they refer to them as terrorists. Now, he don't go on the all. You see that guy, where they call himself, saying, Mambu. He will war like Satan. And soon I say, September 1st, when I call for March, for say March for Democracy, Monday, who self will go make a statement. September 1st, who they call, who say they call people and say, let us march for defend democracy. Who they wait for now? September 1st, as soon as I call March for Democracy, who said they call people, when they begin that campaign from Monday, say September 1st, when I come out again for March for Democracy, when I defend the people with them unlawfully arrest, so that them picking them with the old juvenile, them old mammy them, with them old like the them. Who said they call people, say September 1st, let them come on March for defend democracy, for protect people and right. March for come on this tribal and regional device. President, when they make his speech, he's saying that the fountain of honor. This man will get for strip off all titles we don't can carry on in the name of democracy. We strip him off because we not deserve him. We wait for one to come out in the name of when I see on the match. You see that civil society. When you look up, no civil society not condemn each and every act. Look, Masala Samba, where they interview him. Masala Samba get the gut for go misinform people in the world about the TRC report. What is the TRC report say, Masala Samba? The first way they put that right now get right to protest because the recommendations where they been talk say people don't get right to protest, no get right to freedom of speech. You go talk rubbish and recklessly, Masala Samba, where you were also you not fit for be myself because you were what you can't know. You go on them misinform people them. Say they not get right to protest. People get it right to protest. They not stop we. Say after they not for we are library affect war treat them. They not protest, not suicide and protest. The police and behave responsibly. Then go give attack to people. When I see them fire somebody, how many people they not protest in Liberia? How many times we don't see that protest? We never see them fire somebody. You want to line and say because of the war, we not for protest. So now you go make we not protest. So one minute you supposed to go to a letter bush, meaning they leave all they don't have bush. Now lie you lie. For sure don't fair to not for protest. We don't for 20 years ago. Peacefully. They're not saying not for protest for rights. Now democracy will defend. Before we take gun, go to bush, no protest. Before take gun, go to bush, no talk. The Yankaba been talking of blessed memory. You see, before them go to bush, let them talk. Before take gun, go to bush, no protest. Una allow the protest because if una oppress people to extent, now they cause armed conflict in the country. If you don't know now, una feel like keep people in exile for many years. Now call that genocide in Rwanda. Paul Kagame when a president and they call the war. When they don't exile and see there's no way we exile forever. They say no, we have to go. We can't forgo any in our country. Keeping people on exile, certain people in certain regions, certain tribes, say they keep on exile, you are calling for a crisis. So before you go speak the truth, you not talk say, you know when they talk to the government, they allow people for protest. You, Mr. Samba, I know that day. You know when they talk to the government to attack democracy, you including you when they don't go beat you by election. You not talk the causes. If you don't be honest, say you're not surprised for saying because government not deprive people for protest. They're not going to simple protest. If you don't talk long ago, say you not be surprised because government interfere. If you don't measure the election violence that will happen, where the government they use, we say they don't talk and read you, shameless and recklessly as you are. Shameless and reckless as you are, you go and misuse. You want to go try for satisfy government today, Kenya. God go come up on all. That's how I said to for this advantage on tap. No, to go no side by the grace of God. We not allowed to go no more. Now to go. Now when I go misinform and misuse the public. President Bio in speech, is rather unfortunate. He baseless and naturally. I will close my topic when I listen to President Kuruma in speech. We been give that way when I listen to them.
In 5 years, no political prisoner. Even the opposition. We don't get a situation where we imprison any journalist. And we get more newspapers than now. We get more radio stations than now. We get more talk all over the place. Talk way relevant and talk way irrelevant. Talk way annoying and talk way disrespectful. Even when it is disrespectful, we accommodate them because we want to make we grow. That is the sacrifice we governance therefore make in developing democracy. So in all of these, we don't attract a lot of attention. International recognition and they come and they call we at the White House as country we don't improve on governance and other things. Then they give me awards here and there and they recognize me everywhere. So as a government, we did move on. As a president, I believe we did try we stick to the promise we did make. We did try to address the issues of the country.
When I see in 5 years, President Nkrumah in first 5 years, Saloon be enjoy, we been the gladdy. Because it de escalate tension, it makes us say work day. In Ghana, this job, they not supposed not allow the money your rudeness. You dey go work, count mining company them, and so many things them. So nobody not get any reason for say they go na bush or go do this or go do that because job day, what they go for? It makes us say everything there for people them in 5 years. We see them. Almost see them. No, see now with the made up stories. Everybody see them. But this is the way they can in the first 5 years. Now for couple them, IMP, for can't talk all kinds in them. Tribalize, regionalize, begin out disrespect to people them, escalate tension. So many, they're not able to escalate tension. We see now make it tell them talk we annoying, talk we disrespectful, but even disrespectful, it still get the courage to say, okay, now democracy, in the name of democracy, let them talk before they go to push before they go to push, let them talk. Yeah, you accept them. So the country, in fact, after 2012, 2013, the names are looked as the fastest growing economy in 2013 because President Nkrumah, he give the space for that. Will they continue this thing for let people know see, we not just want to oppose, but we try for point out in them. Today, I will close this me topic here with a song titled McKinney Lives Matters.
Following the brutality that occurred in McKinney City on Friday night, the 17th July 2020, that leads to the death of lives of young people. We, the young generation of McKinney City, seek for justice. As it is said, justice delayed is justice denied. Wanko, Vice President McKinney at Senior.
People are crazy. You wonder we don't day we the sympathize. We don't glad we at night we sympathize. Yeah. Look at them wish we don't die. Family and friends, McKinney they cry.
Justice, justice, we want justice. Justice, justice, we want justice. Justice, justice, we want justice.
Justice, we want justice. People don't tell with the frustration. We need justice, not discrimination. So what's up with the brutality? We need justice, not this society. The people are all now you priority. Now it make them turn you security.
We not gonna wait for two, but we feel them, yeah. It's not the guy. Come on, my Kenny, yeah.
Otaga kakete sequence. I mean a cool. Let's let pinka. Yeah, if I want me, you to let him that pinka. I come a pow. I make a shika. You, I want to not if I know. Captain Skoku and Setama, if I know. Oh, we can't have Bushi Baba.
Boy, one man kill civilian. Boy, one man kill civilian. When we don't pay, we the sympathize. We not glad we at night, we sympathize, yeah. Look at them wish we didn't die, oh. Family and friends, McKinney they cry, oh.
Justice, justice, we want justice, oh.
McKinney people and the cry say
Justice,
yeah.
Justice, we want justice, oh.
We the artists and the cry say
Justice,
yeah.
justice, we want justice,
oh.
Justice, justice, we want justice, oh.
My eyes are wetter than all for the departure because I'm crying for all. Though it's nature, but the way them dice makes us ablation. Justice we need now this nation. Pop, that the fire. Plenty people and all die. Every side people just the Allah. Oh yeah, kata, oh yeah.
Listen to the message, let me tell you something. Why young soul them a die for nothing? No justice, free young people. Killing innocent soul, even the cripple.
So we cry, yeah.
No justice,
Retire.
Currents clench. I say we don't miss you no more. Say what we need do not make. Many people they can say we miss you no more. I say we don't miss you no more. Say what we need do not more. Many people they can say we miss you no more. I don't scatter we apart. Family and friends feel suicide. Yeah. England ngora female like a I be that salon say my Kenny life matters. And kill the innocent people them left with a server. If I the open door left with a trauma. In an artist, I got the sing. Positive message that they bring. Boy, you not matches, you just a pin. My Kenny life matters every day. Justice, we want justice. Oh. Many people and the guy say justice, we want justice. Oh. We the artists and the guy say justice, we want justice. Oh. Justice, we want justice. Oh. Get up on music, many people and they cry, why. I say they shooting and killing, oh, the better than a try, But come on, machine, then kill me. From pull up, the left whip and cry, But I don't want me, It's a boy alone, and no. Let's us on you must be love. You think I can't love me, no. But I gotta sing you, Subama. Yamu Kenya, Ambula. Mama, me do that on night. John Charlo, Beno Ino na talk and do. Now na for whole gun cock and suit. Warugo himbe ben peoples. Opposition lambe ben fo fewa. A treaty himbe ben was and hewa. Nani. Mwanda ko Yolando, Sierra Leone. Lani bonu de ake fuck ten.
I am Ambassador Abbas Wisdom Kamara, the media Mandela. I want to show thanks and appreciation to the young minds of Makeni City. Minds like Makeni Artist Union Vice President Wanko, Solution, Sequence B, RFK, Miss England, Qatar, Mayor Man, Massey B, Magaman, J Topper, Clench, Jalop Techno. This is the young generation and we seek justice. Long live Sierra Leone, long live the people of Sierra Leone.
You know, I end that today for I remember of say from where President Buchanan investigates the killing na Makeni, Tumbo, Mile 91, Lonshar, up to date. No side, this is the more we see care from people them. Makeni people them up till date. Now they don't go arrest over 150 people again, because then they can't add Pandano we don't do it. You know, we get for stand up for defend democracy, no right to protest. Law say no to marginalization. God bless Sierra Leone and God save Sierra Leone.